I'd like to first off, congratulate Johns Hopkins on an unbelievable, great season. Coach Mike Drass, who I consider a very good friend, I think they just do such an outstanding job. And as a guy who got a chance to break down their film, this is a quality, excellent football team. And, I say that with all the respect in the world. I'm so proud of our kids on earning this win because we had to earn it. And, I congratulate them because they are an excellent team. Hey, Tom.
Mike, just thought about that fourth down stop.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I think Sammer and DC, and Dan did a great job. I'll be honest with you. We were blitzing. We were coming after them, but I was coming after them thinking they're going to throw the football. To be quite honest with you, they'd had some success on some underneath stuff, and we had just worked on just getting everyone together and trying to keep ourselves in the passing lane. We had taken a couple of shorter D linemen out and putting tall guys in, and but they did a great job getting leverage on that play. And there's a minute 30 left in the game right there, and we're going to be able to milk that clock right out, and it's just a great feeling. We had a couple plays there earlier where we Ben, it's great having Ben Robinson back. He had been injured for 5 weeks now, and finally got him back on the field. And there was a ball right there he could have jumped on. He tried to scoop it up, and we fumbled the ball on the 5. And we felt like, hey, if we get one, those two things could have turned the makeup of the game around, in our favor. But to have the defense step up after we kind of, had a great first half and really played some poor defense in the second half against a great offense. That kid Monday is a stud. So when you go for your South Region team, Keith, keep him in mind, and Romano too. Having Joe with 12 stitches in his head here was a shock to us this week, but he did an unbelievable job all week long. Had an injury at his house, just a freak accident, and had to go to the emergency room Monday, and it was believe me, my heart skipped a beat Monday night. But we're excited to be alive. We're excited to breathe.
Obviously, you weren't afraid to have Joe throw the ball there on that last third down to get the first.
Yeah, I would have had him throw it on first down, but I don't call. Coach Knapp doesn't let me call any offensive plays.
But I mean, you have the confidence in him, even though sometimes might have just run it again and then punt for that too.
Yeah, I mean,
you didn't want to put them.
I didn't want to get. We didn't. Hey, my feeling was we did not. The way their offense was going, the ebb and flow of the game. We did not want them to get the ball back.
Jeff, can you talk about how important it is to have a short memory as a quarterback, considering the 3 picks in the first quarter and the way you made it back?
Yeah, that was an ugly start, and I got upset. Maybe it affected me on one drive after the third pick, but it's good. It's never good to throw interceptions, but when it happens in the first quarter, you still have so much game ahead of you that you can't sit there and think about it for the next 3 quarters. So you just got to put it behind you and move on. And then the team did a great job picking me up throughout that whole period right there. So luckily, as an offense, we were able to bounce back, and I guess I calmed down a little bit.
I think this too. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that just puts you as the Division III season record holder for yards passing in a season. He doesn't care. I'm excited about it.
Coach, can you talk about the confidence level that you have in Joe? I'm thinking particularly in the third quarter, you guys are up 21-17, and you're facing 4th and 1 in your own territory, and you had looked like James in man coverage on the outside.
Yeah,
talk about that call.
It's a no-brainer for us. And Hopkins stopped us later on 4th and short too. I feel this way. We're always going to go for it. I mean, I think and our mentality is we want to put pressure on the opposing defense at all times. And what are those pressure points? 4th down. We know it when we got to stop. Stopping them on 4th down. That's a pressure point. And I feel Joe's the best football player in the country. And I'm going to put the ball in his hands every time.
Just talk about that 4th down stop. what happened on it? You know, I mean, obviously you guys had a tough fourth quarter.
We knew that we needed to get off the field. We needed to make a stop. So I mean, the defense, we had an all-out effort, and everyone did their job, filled the holes. We was right there to make that stop.
I mean, were you thinking they were going to pass?
Yeah, honestly, I was.
So you were trying to get upfield?
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, I thought it was a pass. I seen the ball. It's attack.
that's a pretty good feeling.
Yeah.
So on some of the interceptions, you were rolling one way and throwing back the other way, and then later in the game you made some plays out on the run like that. Did it occur to you at all that kind of the same way you make your mistakes or some of the ways you make your biggest plays?
Yeah, well, the throwing across the field thing is basically I guess the cardinal rule not to do is a quarterback throw across your body. One was a fourth down, so it was just force it in there.
Never throw the ball late down the middle of the
Yeah,
field. I don't know if I've ever heard that before.
Yeah, I think that's something we preach almost every day at practice. But we've had a ton of huge plays off of like those little scramble drills where the play breaks down and the receivers are able to, run free from the receivers. So it's something that we go over. It's not something that we plan for, but if the play does break down, we kind of know our run lane's kind of like a fast break in basketball. So it's something that we work on, but don't exactly plan for.
And when the plays break down, how nice is it to have James on the other side?
Oh yeah, I mean, just looking at the stats, that's a huge game for James right there. He made a ton of great catches today. You think about the one early on in the first quarter where he jumped over a couple defenders and made the catch. He had the two deep ones. Yeah, he was just making tough catches the whole game, and that was really huge for our offense today.
Joe, what's that like when Hopkins is driving there and the clock's running out?
Well, we kind of had a similar situation 2 years ago where they ended up scoring on it, but I guess it was the defense's turn to have that nail biter finish under their belt. It was just great for them. They had a great game the whole time or a whole day, and then
What's that feeling like on the stop?
it's just a sigh of relief. You never know what's gonna happen. It's just kind of a stressful situation, I guess. But when you made the tackle, right? You tackle, yeah. When DC made that final tackle, it was just a sigh of relief. We knew we had to get the first down to seal the game, but I'd rather have to go 10 yards than 80 any day.
James, can you talk about your play today? 9 catches, 249 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, in the first, we were playing pretty sloppy. Like we were getting pushed in, and we were just like making bad plays. But in halftime, we made a couple adjustments, and I told Joe, like, if I see it, I'm gonna let you know. And I was telling him on the field, we were seeing it. We were just doing what we do in practice. Just throw the ball, and I can get it.
What's it like competing against number 8 on the other side?
He's a great defender. I seen him pregame, and then we was talking about how it's gonna be a good game, and I didn't know that he was that good of a defender until he started making like pass breakups. And playing against him, it was pretty good. It was pretty nice to see how I did against him.
Were you thinking it all there in the second half? You guys have scored a bunch of touchdowns, done good things, but it almost was for nothing.
No. Basically, you got to just keep the offense rolling. So.
Did you feel like, boy, I wish we'd gotten another touchdown here when we had the chance?
Always. Yeah. Like when we turned.
I thought that.
Yeah.
Like when we fumbled, when Bryce fumbled, we just relied on the defense, and we was helping them out to get the final stop. And DC made the final stop.
Joe, what does it mean to be going back to the Lions?
Just I don't know, just excited for it. I'm glad the season didn't end today, obviously, and then you always want to get that another shot at the team that you lost to the past 2 seasons. They're number 1 team in the country. You always want to see how you do against the top teams, and it's something that I've been looking forward to almost all year. Just like that last chance, I guess, for me to go up against Mount Union.
Obviously the way last year ended was pretty tough.
Yeah,
For everybody involved.
It's not the way we expected to have that game go. But we know we can see how things can go, and things can break down so quickly. So I guess in preparing, it's something we'll have in the back of our minds.
Man, we talked about that at breakfast this morning. Last year's Mount Union game. You know, we talked about what we needed to do to win a game today, and we talked about, you know, respecting a great team. You know, and we were a great team last year, and we fell flat. You know, well, great teams can fall flat if the opposing team is executing every play. You know, and you know, we talked about that to beat Hopkins. We need to execute every play. We need to limit mistakes. You know, and that's, you know, that's got to be something we hammer home, you know, this week.